Hello, everybody. I am Jason Hasenfus, and my senior project was I hosted a video game tournament for the Millis community to raise money for St. Jude's Research and Children's Hospital. My essential question was, what are the steps to hosting a video game tournament for the Millis school community? My outline here. My outline here is my mentor, why I chose the topic, meetings, reflections, and the project as a whole. My mentor I chose was Mr. Neville. I chose him because he is the head of Smash Club, or Video Game Club, or whatever it's called, Nintendo Club. He likes video games, and he has had experience hosting stuff like these before. I have heard he hosted a Super Smash Bros. Tournament before. And he's also just generally a nice guy. Yeah. Here are some emails between me and him. The vision of the graduates. So the way my project fit into the vision of the graduate was for communication, was me hosting the tournament along with booking the venue, which was this room right here. Critical thinking was finding the right game for the tournament, the right snacks, making the brackets, okay, making sure everything was about even, everyone's on even playing fields. Collaboration was working with the library, with my mentor, with the contestants. Okay, there was a lot of talking and back and forth between a lot of people. And along with character was I was just making sure everyone was having a fun time and meeting the contestants and other people. It was very much a public event. Why did I choose this topic? Well, the first one is I always wanted to host something like this. There's always been in the back of my mind of hosting a tournament or a game night or something along those lines. I also like video games. It's something that's always been prevalent in my life, and I have used to connect with my family and others. It's also just a way to build community. Okay, get some people in a tournament probably never meet, and have them play some video games that they like. And also, just to raise some money for a good cause. What I hope to accomplish was, like I said, make sure everyone had a fun experience. Show that video games are more than time wasters, because that's a large stigma everybody has about that. The image of the couch potato playing video games. And also, like I said, raise money for a good cause, which was, to help fight. To help the research in children's cancer and other diseases, which I think is a good cause everyone can get behind. My timeline for events, from October to November, it was just rationalizing and coming up with the ideas. Where should I host it? What video game should I choose? For a while, I was thinking of hosting a Mortal Kombat tournament, but I was pointed to doing something a bit more kid-friendly. From December to January, I was planning the tournament and also researching, and doing the research papers, that kind of stuff. Finalizing my thoughts, and then from February to March was just setting up, booking the venue, advertising, and then actually in the end hosting the event for everybody. So some of the research I did was first the benefits of video games, since, like I said, video games have a big stigma about them being time wasters or being connected to violent behavior and other horrible acts. But through my research, video games can be beneficial. It can actually help people improve reflexes, since a lot of video games require a lot of movement with the hands and thumbs. Sometimes you just see some speedrunners. Okay, they always talk about frame perfect movements. It can help. It can help build community between people from close or even far away with online gaming. And despite And despite video games, people saying video games cause violent behavior, it can actually help calm people down. Like sort of like watching your favorite show or eating your comfort food. It can actually help you calm down, relieve your stress. Okay, it can be beneficial. The second one was just proper ways of hosting a video game tournament, the do's and don'ts. One of them was just to be present, don't be in the background, actually be like interacting with the contestants, actually be there. Another one was to don't overdo it. Don't go too flashy of like decorations or light shows or whatever. Don't blow your budget. Another one was to ask for help. This is a big event, and make sure you have help from other people, which I definitely did. And another one was just make sure everyone was on an even playing level, because people have different skill sets, and you want to make sure you match those skill sets. Number 3 was I started researching just video games in general. Number 3 was like the most popular best-selling games, just to show how popular video games have become in their media. Because between Tetris and Minecraft, these games have sold millions upon millions of units. That to the point there's actually debate on what is the most selling video game. But to be honest, I just wanted to put in perspective like how popular video games have become. Another thing I researched was the history of video games. Okay, just to show the evolution of how video games came to be from 1950s blinking lights on computers all the way to a modern day billion-dollar industry that can rival Hollywood. Okay, along with everything in between from like, including some controversies in the 90s and 2000s that they had. Number 5 was just the general evolution of video games. How they went from Pong all the way to near realistic graphics, and then to like VR, which can put you inside the video game. To just show how far video games have come a long way from the arcades. Now, to get into the actual event, this is some setup for it. We got Mr. Neville setting up the video game, the brackets, snacks, and drinks that were there for the contestants. The picture on the bottom left is me hosting, explaining to the contestants about it and yada yada. The event itself, we did like 2-on-2, well, one-on-one races for about 9 rounds. One contestant would face the other, and whoever beat the other contestant would move on to the next round, and so on and so forth until we had, a winner. They competed for a prize of a $50 Best Buy gift card. Yeah. This is a video, if it's okay I play it. That's mine. Here we are. In the aftermath of the event, these are a picture of everyone who participated, the money we raised, and finally the donation. So between the actual tournament and both before and after, we had a lot of other people donating, and we managed to actually raise and donate $522 to donate to St. Jude's, which, to be honest, it was a pretty great success. Yeah, all in all, everybody had fun. Reflections on what went well. To be honest, most everything went off without a hitch. The tournament, everyone was well behaved. All the participants were very much politeful and we're in a mannerly order. Not something you would expect from a bunch of middle schoolers and a few elementary schoolers, actually. But they're all well behaved. It definitely helped the parents were there. The advertising went well. I put up a bunch of posters around the school, even had a morning announcement made in the high school and I think the middle school, but I never heard it. Booking went well. People signed up, setting things up, some money raised. Almost everything went well. Some things went wrong. Some participants who signed up did not show. It was always for reasons like they were sick or they just couldn't make it. And I felt like the advertising could have been better. I feel like David mentioned that he could have advertised outside the school, and I felt like I could have done that too. Maybe use the internet more to my advantage, because I know my mom did a Facebook post, but I feel like I could have did a bit more. Some things I learned. Well, some things I learned about me is that I do love hosting. Okay, I'm a very I don't want to say shy, but more introverted kid. But I did learn that I did love hosting this event and talking to the students, and it shows I can do this stuff. And I do plan on being a teacher in the future. And this was great practice for me that, 10 years from now, I might be in a classroom, rounding up a bunch of middle or high schoolers. Yeah, and along with showing that, video games as a uniting force. Because yet again, a bunch of these people who participated probably barely knew each other, but they all had fun in the end. Advice for rising seniors: don't panic. Ask for help. There's no shame in that. Space yourself. Make sure you don't put in any tight deadlines. Okay, give yourself breathing room. And think of stuff you're comfortable with. Think of stuff that you would generally enjoy doing. Yeah. I want to say thank you to the participants who, like I said, were very well behaved. They're good and show good sportsmanship. The Mills Public Library. Mr. Neville and Mr. Bigelow, my mom, and many others, who helped me host the event in both during and before, such as researching and booking. Any questions?